Safety audits have two important roles in the general aviation business. The first role is they provide our buyers with an objective source for measuring us against someone else. It's very easy for an aircraft owner or a charter customer to go get a copy of the Wyvern standard and see exactly what it is that Wyvern ensures that we do. For a company like Solairus, it helps us validate that the procedures that we're doing still meet what we believe to be the industry best practices.
Let me give you some background information regarding the Wyvern standard. It is really something that you must attain. It's not given, it's not bought. It is performance driven by the operator. What we're doing when we audit the operator is we're looking at that operator from all aspects, from the operational aspect, that being the flight side, and the maintenance aspect. And the whole focus is really on determining the quality of that specific operator.
Generally speaking, if I don't have a couple months to prepare for something like this, I don't feel comfortable, because you just don't know what may be in somebody's protocols or what they may be looking for. That said, we look at ourselves the same way we perceive another body's going to look at us.
There's always apprehension by the operator. You know, are they fully prepared? Are we going to find something extremely unusual?
No one can walk into an audit and say with 100% confidence that everything's perfect. There's just no way. Even though you welcome the audit, it is like going in and taking a check ride when you're a pilot. And when you do that, you're subjecting yourself to an evaluation. And when you subject yourself to evaluation, what are you most afraid of? Failure or not meeting the standard.
It's always good to get to that point where you finally meet your auditors, where you finally make that connection. That moment of truth is when those auditors walk through the door and you start to shake hands, you start to make introductions, you start to put a name to a face, and it starts to become a little more personal at that point.
We have a schedule to go to see the aircraft tomorrow at a certain time.
I've been in aviation for 35 years now. I've been a director of maintenance, I've been a chief inspector, I've worked hands-on on aircraft. And if I can help them out, make things better, make it smoother, that's what I like to do. That's why I'm in this business.
Anything that the operator has as far as a concern or any questions they have about the process, we want to share. It's an open discussion throughout the process on both the ops side and the maintenance side.
The input brief is fantastic. You get to know everybody. It doesn't really become personal until you break away and you get some of the other folks out of that room and you start working with the auditor one-on-one.
One of the main things that I look for is what is the safety culture of the operation. I define that based upon what I see throughout the audit process. Looking at the various standard operating procedures, looking at the definition that is in the operations manual, looking at the SMS program, analyzing the SMS program.
The biggest benefit of this particular audit was the fact that he had such a great perspective on SMS in the ERP program. And for him to come in and validate our SMS program and our ERP program was invaluable. Right.
Solairus' aircraft that I inspected at the Oakland hangar was everything I hoped to find. The manuals were all up to date, revised. There were no items that I couldn't find on the safety card. The aircraft, as I walked around it, it was in good shape. The Solairus aircraft that I inspected passed Wyvern standards with flying colors.
Yeah, well, that's important. It's got to start from the top down. That's one of the things. Probably the most relief is when we do the outbrief, the debrief aspect, where we sit down with all the management levels, the two auditors sit down, and we go over the discrepancies. What were your thoughts on the process?
One of the things I really liked is that you guys focus in on certain areas
that some of your competitors aren't necessarily keying in on.
One of the nice parts about working with Solairus is they were open to the comments. A lot of accolades go out to just the way they approach the audit process. We certainly determined that Solairus is a safe operator. They put safety at the top of the responsibilities and the goals.
The work that we put into it is absolutely worth it. At the end of the day, you feel like you just climbed a mountain that you never thought you were going to be able to climb. Wyvern's very difficult. It tugs at that very competitive nature of mine when we have something like this, when we have an auditing body that wants to come in here and look at us and apply this very rigid standard to the way we do business. And to succeed with only minor findings, it's huge for me.
The significance of a Wyvern audit is that they're bringing years of experience, and what it does is it provides you a greater sphere of knowledge so that you're able to improve the operational capabilities of your company.
One of the things that has impressed me the most about this team is the tenacity and the persistence and the passion. I think that what's different about Solairus is our attention to detail and the energy with which we do all of that.
It's not just talking about you're safe. All operators will tell you they're safe, but how are they evaluating themselves through that process? Wyvern is a natural extension of the operator's commitment to safety. So for us, Solairus is a great example of what a Wyvern Wingman operator looks like. We're excited to partner with them as a brand new Wyvern Wingman.